Alright guys, so welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a avid member of the channel, keep on doing that great work by sharing the contents far and wide. So today we're gonna continue with our progression and also transfers, because we had some conversations that we had with you guys, and we never further it because we said we are going to wait for additional information. Well, we have actually gotten those information, so that's why we're coming back at you guys. So hopefully all of you guys are okay early on, and we have to talk about a few things like ways how to improve this that I'm going to talk about. As you could see by the extension, I said Jamaican deals are pretty much ready. So I know a lot of you guys would definitely love this, all right, because I like it when I saw it myself. So we're gonna go through all of it, yes, but before we do so, you know the thing, it's the morning crack, so we're gonna make sure we get everybody up and running. So let me make sure we see who is already in the chat, because maybe it's a little bit late, so people never, they thought that the morning crack ain't coming. All right, Triple E, big up yourself, thanks for being here. We have Sean Base, massive respect, thanks for being here. Ian Campbell, how you doing, man? And then we have Football Global. So we have those mans just check in early. Massive respect. So what we are talking about the other day, we kind of talked about some things like what the under 20s doing, because remember the whisper conversation came up, and we were saying that that really and truly it was not a bad thing that all of these guys did make the under 20s, because I thought that they're making progression. Obviously, they're not making loud progression as Whisper, but others are doing well. And we covered Tyreke Ximinies a little bit, so we want to give you the added update on Mr. Ximinies right there. Yes, which I respect, because I want to talk about a specific way how to get things like these done in the future, and how Tyreke Ximinies move could help the entire Jamaica procedure how to do things. All right, yes. But anyways, let me start with the other guys first. All right, yes. So we have three guys on this list that we want to talk about, as you could see right here. Zian Scarlett, as you can see right there, 18 years old. And we want to talk about Lamont Rochester. We talked about him the other day. We explained to you the condition, and we said we're going to wait because it's not our place to release certain things. So we said that we're going to be waiting. All right, so let me move on to Lamont Rochester first, just to make sure we get that out there for you. All right, so Lamont Rochester, we told you about him getting a move. So he tried to go the college route, and it's still fairer for him. All right, so he left off from Cavaliers and decided that he's going to go the college route, but was seen by Chicago football club. All right, he's going to be signed to the Chicago Fires too. Yeah, so that is like the next pro version towards the team itself, just like how you have our brother that we're going to talk about at the next pro level, but that's a flickable contract due to the fact that he has more ties to the club. All right, yes, so at this point this is a good thing, but let me go through it first and we explain a little bit further. So they said Chicago Fires, Chicago, March 30th 2023. Chicago Fire FC2 announced that the club has signed defender Lamont Rochester to an MLS Next Pro contract. His contract runs through the 2024 season. Financial terms were not disclosed. Since we identified Lamont included during his travel with the club last year, he has demonstrated a will to win that represents the type of players we are targeting for the club, said Chicago Fire 2 General Manager Alex Bola. He is constantly communicating on the field and demonstrates with his attitude and performances that he wants to help his club succeed, which is very good. They are using some strong words that we talked about yesterday. Communication, all right, yes, all right, and willing to learn, adapt as well. All right, Rochester, 19, hails from Manchester, Jamaica, and joins Chicago Fire FC 2 with a wide range of experience for club, college, and country. At international level, Rochester has been a fixture for the U20 Jamaican youth national team, most recently competing in the 2022 Concacaf U20 Championships. All right, that took place from June 18th to July 3rd, 2022 in Honduras. All right, Rochester appeared in 4 of the 5 matches played before Jamaica was ultimately eliminated 1-0 in the quarterfinals by the Dominican Republic on June 29th at the Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano in San Pedro Sula. All right, yes. So they said a lot there, and we learned a lot as well. We learned that national team helps you, college could help you just the same, and the amount of experience you get, it's always a help. So that's why when we say players don't sit down and stop playing and like you're looking trophy points, no, go out there, do anything, because every every position you look at, someone could be there to scout you and see you. All right. I love the fact that they made sure to put communication in this thing. And we look how we did a video yesterday talking about communication, and people said that they never wanted to hear nothing about those things and stick to football. It is football because it's a part of our daily lives. So see what this kid did. Please, kids from Jamaica, make sure you be as communicative as possible. Try learn as fast as possible, because this man was trying to do his college run as well, and got his call and what the seed that he planted from before, and everything turned over better for him. Well, the contract itself and the stage of the contract is the Chicago Fires too. So it is a prove yourself thing. You get me? Because it's below. So just like when you'd have the Prem 2, you have the MLS Pro, Next Pro. So that's the 2 version of it. All right, yes. But what that's showing you, guys, what's that showing you? People scouting talents everywhere, so we can hide that belief that people can't find you, and the reason why you never reach anywhere is because nobody saw you. No, people saw him. All right, they told you where he was actually played, where he played, and what they saw from him every level. All right, so be professional, put your best foot forward every single time, because you never know who will be watching. All right, yes. For me, good player. It clearly showed that he was rushed. So I would say that he was one of those players that might never got the development that he needs. So we don't see the true potential of this player as yet. You get me? Because we only saw a raw thing from him, and he went up against Costa Rica's top players then, and he never looked good against Bennett, to be honest. Bennett really never dealt with him bad in that game. But after, when I said I liked how the kid worked, because he never really made that bad set, at least bad 60 minutes from Bennett really hampered his display. He continued, and you saw that he had adversities in the games, and he still turned up and did well. All right, so it looks like it's a built-in thing from him. But at the end of the day, others can still learn from him just the same. So for me, I am good with that. All right. So he's the next one. That you see when we reported the Ximinies deal. This is the way we reported it. So this is Chicago Fires. A lot of people got scouted by MLS clubs and never really made it. But the good thing is the MLS 2 is a little bit different. It gives you more opportunities to really kickstart. So I would say that he's in the perfect mold to start learning how to travel, fit in with different climate conditions, so and learn the football the proper way, that whatever he missed out in Jamaica, he could get over the line this time around. So I only can say this is beautiful for Jamaica, and also young kids that aspire to go places. You don't have to always stay in Jamaica. That's one thing you realize. You could just go to your colleges. Don't let anybody stop you, because at the end of the day, education comes first. All right. So if you missed out on the football, you can fall back on your education. So always try to get as much education as possible because maybe he thought that it was not coming for him. But once it came, it was part of his educational side, boost them to select him. You get me? So take it. You can't lose, and you can't lose an education. All right, yes. So we're gonna keep on tracking this kid, and hopefully he could kick on to closer to the first team. So we will give you the necessary information on him. But for now, it's just the MLS Pro, next Pro deal. And this is a big one, big deal from where he's coming from. Big deal. Believe me, they traveled big time. Remember, you know that I have family close to it as well. So I know the procedures, and I can tell you that this kid is going to learn very fast. All right, for me, I would say to him, only if the national team calls you, you come. Don't rush to go to the national team. Stay with this thing. Learn as much as possible. All right, learn as much as possible. Only if they want you, you come here. You don't have to force anything. You just keep on putting in your performances, keep on learning, because education is key, and football and education is a thing as well. So good luck to Lamont Rochester. Yeah, man. So let me see what people saying on Rochester so we can move on to the rest. All right. And guys, as you come in, make sure to smash the like button. Share your thoughts in the comment section if you're rewatching it or if you're here now. All right. Big up yourself, Sean. Recards, how you doing, man? Massive respect. Demario McCallum said, my thin skin friend, big up yourself. Okay. Big up yourself, Tennessee. How you doing, man? Yes, man adoption is the thing. You can't make excuses that you can fit in system and those foolishness. With that mentality, you can't forget professionalism. Football on a high level, you will never make it. All right, Jason, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. MLS is the way to go. Yes, MLS is a good path as well. All right, yeah, man. Dr. Gigi, big up yourself. Siobhan, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Stardust, how you doing, man? Massive respect. Said Jamaica forever. All right. AJD, just joining. What's up with Rochester and Scarlett? We are going through them, Dr. Gigi. We just went through Rochester conversation. He signed to a MLS Pro, next Pro, which we know about it well because we have personnels that went through it and we covered it a lot of times. All right, so that's what we're dealing with. So just give me a little time. Remember, we have a lot of stories on our hands. This one we should see people liking. We should say 250 likes if we're gonna go 2 hours because this is a positive news. And from the other day, we out here putting out a lot of positive news. I don't hear anybody talking about the positives that we're putting out. Yes. All right, so smash up the like button as you come into this one. Let me run to 100. All right, yeah, man. Go to school. Yes, man. Go to school, man. Don't switch the other way. Go to school always. School is first because you will need it in the end. Marlon said, "Big up yourself, JD. Good to Rochester making the move to the professional level. Hope he can improve massively. He will. He will, Marlon. He will 1000%. You know why? Because we know what the MLS Pro is. You understand me? Comparable to what he was actually playing, and it's still a higher standard than what he was actually playing. The mentality, the mental side of the game that he's going to learn, that is the good thing. Maybe he does not get everything one time, but the mental side, it's going to help him. Samuel, Richards, how you doing, man? Massive respect. Thanks very much for being here. Yeah, man. Bless up yourself. Congrats to Lamont. Yeah, man. Respect. Johan, Stuart. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. So let me move on. Like how we have everybody's attention on the first one. So, and let me give you this is information. He's 19 years old now. June 10th, he's going to be 20. As you can see, he's coming from Cavaliers there. So anytime any big fee is going around, Cavaliers look like they're going to get some money. So Mr. Spade, it looks like his deals that he made are his players that he tried to pick. It looks like they're turning up. because Ximinies was around him, right? And this man was around him as well. So we have to give Mr. Speed him credit as well. You know, we bashed him, you know. But at the end of the day, you see it when it's other person's time, it's their time. So Mr. Speed, big up yourself. It looks like you guys pull off a good one. Natural position for him, left back. At this point, he's 1 meter 84, so that would be right and the money of 6 feet. All right, so 6 foot. He is as a fullback, lightning pace. Yes, good delivery at the time. Yes, and as you could see here, he could play both centre back roles and defensive central. So there might be some positives for him going in the future as a Jamaican. All right, and for the Jamaican national team. So if he could continue to educate himself, that would be great for him there. All right, that would be great for him as a student of the game. So keep on kicking on, my youth, and we are here looking for you. Once you think you get through, you know that at least I can't buy 5-5 jersey for everybody. All right, because I made some bold claims and I realized that the youths them taking up my offer and make sure me go buy 25 jersey on the internet. So that's a good thing because I like it, you know. People said that they're gonna come on board and help me with those big speeches that I made to buy 5-5 jersey. So Lamont Rochester, at least if he gets to that level, I will get 1 jersey for him. I've already put out some 5-5 jersey and couple main players that looks like I have to buy the 5-5 jerseys. All right, so mans out here have to be careful of my word because I like to back my word. All right, yes. So 4 positions he plays. So hopefully we will learn, and you never may know, he might go up the field due to the fact that the next person that we're going to be talking about, he went up the field as well. All right, so anyways, this is the next one, Tyreke Jimenez. Tyreke Ximinies, we told you that we're going to keep track of him. We never had to keep full track of him because, to be honest, people made sure we know what's going on day by day, and that is beautiful. All right, so Tyreke Ximinies played around 5 games in the reserves, not the reserve, but the younger circle. Younger circle is from youth 17s to 23s in Circle Braga, which is Cercle Bruges in English. So he signed on as a contract to the club. They put him down there and said, listen to me, you're going to do your thing. We watched him already. So he's going to do his thing. And based on his progression, they will give him a up move. All right. So let me just give you all of it now. So he played those 5 games. He never played them in a fullback role because we showed you all the players that are available in those roles. All right, so he went on to play more of a striker to winger role. So he was a forward player this time. He performed solid enough for them to look at him to give him a next opportunity. Yes, so we are going to stop it at a point, but I only can give you at a point. All right, so from the performances in the reserve games, they were impressed with how he adapts well, and messages coming in, communication, adaptability. So something that we always heard, the bad side, we are hearing it as a good side now. And that's why you have to respect me, because when I come here and tell you that one of the biggest problems is the mental side and the communication, stopping a lot of Jamaican players, that is exactly what I heard for Ximinies. What is his bonus side? It is the communication, the adaptability is the biggest thing. So I think you guys need to come and tell me, sorry that you beat me so much for me to say that, because this is the strongest suit coming from the player. The player did perform well, adapt well, but his communication and how far he's adapting off the field as well is very good. What happened now? Remember, we had an international break. So with the international break, they went on. I should have went to this match, you know, because I wanted to see what he had to do. For Lerver, he played a professional game with the club. All right, he played 65 minutes in that game. All right, so it's a professional game for the club. So that's for Cercle Braga. He played that game for, but obviously it's a international friendly. All right, played 65 minutes. So they looked at him at at all levels. All right, so they saw him from the youth levels come straight up to the major levels. So only thing he can do from this point is move from step to step, and you never may know. You might just see him in a circle burger team. I would not jump to say he would be a part of the starting 11 and those stuff, but you never may know. Keep on trying good in those positions, because remember, we looked at the team, which we are going to go back and look at it again and show you the players that he's going to be rivaling with. And I said to you, the more positions he plays, it's a better opportunity for him to get an opportunity in the team. So them coming back off international break could be an opportunity for him to make the bench or even get some game time for the main team. Not saying it's going to happen, because you know I'm not going to come here and lie to you, but I have to keep the progress of the youth and tell you exactly what's going on. You get me? Yes. So he's doing well, and all he needs to do is keep on pushing on. So if this opportunity presents itself, he has to be the one to take it to keep himself in that. Just like how you have Lewis, the youth at Manchester City, when the World Cup finishes, because it was international break, he got an opportunity in it, and then Kyle Walker and those guys couldn't get back into the team, and then he makes a stamp for himself. Well, that is the position for Ximinies. So what Ximinies has to do is keep on communicating well, adapting well, and keep on trying to show people that you're willing to take it behind your comfort zone. People in Belgium, they love that more than anything else. So if you have to try learn 2 words in Dutch, try learn it. You get me? Show people that you're willing to not conform, but you're willing to come out of your comfort zone and keep on doing it. Because I love what you did in the short time. All right. And as I said, I've always have to come here and give people their respect. So potential, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but because of the position that presents itself, he could be one of the first ones that we have to buy some jerseys for. All right. Because remember, they don't put jerseys on sale until they make the real team. So we want him to make the real team so bad, so we can get a Ximinies jersey. All right. Yes. So that's it for Ximinies. And you know, by him doing that and progressing so far, so let me add this to it. By him doing this and progressing so far and so fast, maybe other people could be on the cards, because remember, you have scouting networks, so people be at these games and look at them. So you never may know, maybe others could be looking at him as well, because you have to look at people might say, oh, you can't make the team. You can't make the team, so you can't make this team or stay in this team. So people might be coming around. People might be coming around, maybe trying to offer him different deals. So what you have to do, make sure you have a strong head behind you, and make sure people read the room properly for you, because you can make one mistake and everything go down the line. If these people are showing you the best opportunity, you stay with them. All right, because I know how the scouts them comes. They come at these games, look at you and look at the team that you're in, and decide from there. So if others come to you, you make sure you calculate everything well. But I think you're doing well, and your handlers are dealing with you well, and you had garner all the best things that you needed to be successful over there. Just a talent you need to keep pushing with. That's all I can say to you. So keep pushing and keep on improving, and hopefully we can get some good news that you even make the bench. If you make the bench, that's a big start. You just keep on pushing in training until you get that opportunity. And you make sure you stay ready. Make sure you stay ready, because once the opportunity presents itself, it's not going to come back. All right. So make sure you stay ready. All right. Yes. So that's Tyreke Jimenez, doing well in Belgium. All right. Doing well in Belgium. And that's the next good thing for the U20s again. All right. So for Scarlett signed a contract yet again. Yes. It's still the contract is more tricky. So with Rochester, he would be further than Rochester towards the MLS team. You understand me? For him now, he has to just do the same thing as Ximinies. Other deals might be coming to him, so he has to look at the condition and how fast they are progressing him, and look at what he wants. Very much educated youth, very very educated youth. We know yourself. We just talk about Ximinies. We give you all the necessary information. Yeah. So I don't think you have to repeat it. What you have to do is just go back to the video, because I thought we have said everything, and we don't want to say things over the top. We have to give you as it comes. You guys want too much. All right. Yes. Let me see the likes, because if I don't be at the 100 likes at this point, then a World War 50. See 55 likes, and you guys want every scoop and everything. All right? Yes. My goodness, man. Deal with the like button the same as though you guys bothering me for all the answers. All right? I don't have all the answers. All right? Yes. JD, you must tell the people, that getting a contract overseas is not easy. I know that, but I come here every single time, and then people, people always fight me, but they are not listening to me. If they listen to me from day one, they realize that everything that I'm saying to them is actually factual, because I'm giving them what's required. And I guess other people took it up, and they went out and do their thing. At Leader did tell us on a stream that Cavalier players would be sold to MLS. Some people doubt it. Well, I don't know. I don't know about Leader. Leader reputation gone down the drain, and how he beats the defensive central, Mr. John Russell. You know, Leader hiding from the beaten. All right, bless yourself, Bessas documentary. Oh, you do, man. People want to share the link. Share the link. Share the link, man. JD, I really appreciate it when you try your best to encourage the players to work hard, no matter what league they are playing in. Yes, man. But remember, I've always done it. The thing is, people are not listening. They are just not listening. You get me? But I'm not gonna say people not listening. I'm very sorry. I should stop listening to the loudest people in the room, because everybody listens when I do speak. So now I've learned that maybe my words are going further than what I first thought. I thought I'm just fighting with the war boats in the chat, but no, it's going further than what I first thought. So I'm gonna be more responsible and regulate myself as well. All right. Yes. And you guys realized from I made a move a week or two ago, you saw that I converted my thing to where I really wanted to go, because sometimes bad influence can come around and take you down a different path. So I think that I'm on the right level that I really wanted to go to be honest, because I knew that my words are powerful as well. Bless up JD and Imaxit family. It's a good move for the young man. No work begins for him. Yes, but all of them have to get good guidance. Good guidance is important at this stage, because you have to vet the players then properly, assess the situation, and then know when to pull the right plugs. All right. Marlon says, good progression from the U20 players. Ximinies, Rochester, Mackenzie, Pearson, Z and Scarlett, Omari Hutchinson, Dexter, Lampakisa, Tyler Roberts, Splatt, Jamari Clark, boyz Clark. See it? All of the guys them that we've kind of put down. The whole of them do move. They are just not in Jamaica star, but they are doing good things. And I'm telling you, these guys moves and what they're learning it. They are learning it maybe better than others that you think learning, but they are just not coming out because that's not the way they chose to go. All right, Vinny, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Father Bling, how you doing, man? Massive respect. Burke said, I will sponsor jersey. Just let me know. Also, I think they can get their own jersey when they work hard and get call to the national team. Yes, yeah, man. Anybody has sponsored jerseys? I have a lot of jerseys to buy, because I said any one of these kids make it 5 jerseys. So the man's them out here putting my word out here. So I'll be at 250 and 3 bills. Maybe it's gonna cost me around €1,000 in total. If Whisper can go over there and get on the first team, that's easy. Well, 15 jersey for me. My goodness. What a way to crucify. What a way them crucify the local U20 barn players. The youth just shut up the naysayer. I don't think people crucify him. You know, I think people just making sure they make the moves. Fire. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Sian says, big up JD. Keep exposing players that are doing something in football. Yes, man. We said we are gonna make sure we keep it honest. When he does well, we come back and tell you. All right, JD. Good progression, Ximinies. To starting to training with the first team. I think next season he would be moving to the first team. I think it's going to be a balance. I'm not going to push it. Say he's going to stay in the first team, because remember the young kids. fluctuate. They fluctuate. Obviously, he's excelling at a good rate, but I don't want to sell people something, and when it don't go that way, they come back and say, "Oh, JD, oh, you were overhyping the players." So I will be cautious because consistency is the hardest thing in a young player. So I would say that the contract, the way they are going to work it is, if he's playing good 4 or 5 games, he's in the first team. If he fades out, they give him some moral booster back down in some of the free games. That is not as important. Yes, so that's how it's for me. Jairus, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. And if that happens to him, he should not take it as a setback. No, no. Big up yourself, know yourself. Thanks for being here. Maggie, I don't have any information on Maggie. I will try my best to get it, but obviously the last time people told me that he's not in the country, so I can't get anything on him if he's not in the country. He's in Jamaica, so why is it you guys in Jamaica can't get any news on him? Good to see the youth them doing well. Yes, man, that's 3 of the youths them making some major moves in terms of contract wise. All right, JD, this is why we need an official B team to groom these youngsters for the future. Couple them with veteran like Maps, Hector, Grant, Taxi, Lambert, etc. That is yes. Did Ximinies get contract? No, he still has the same contract that he started with the club. What happened when he started? He never played for Circle Braga. He went down to younger Circle. All right, a younger Braga. All right, yes, but they had an evaluation process. He played a few games, and coupled with the international break, he performed well. They put him into the first team for a game against Lerver. I never went to the game myself. I should have went to the game, but I got tied up because obviously you know that I'm a busy person. So sometimes when I come here, it's just in my free time. I just do the videos. I couldn't get to do it because they contacted me to go there. So I wanted to go there, but I was just a little bit busy, and the timing was red at midday 12, so I couldn't make that time because I was not even available, yes. So he played 65 minutes, so I'm just saying, coupled with all of that, he's having a good progression. I'm not going to come here and oversell things. I will put it at the right level that it needs to be. You get me? Yes. And the kid is doing some good things that we talk about here, and it only goes to show that everything that we are saying is the best way, and the best way to go forward. You get me? So good kudos to Ximinies. And then we talk about Zian Scarlett. Hopefully Zian can kick on into the MLS because he's much more settled in America. He's American naturally, and obviously he comes through the ranks. So if he can grab that little contract now and get even 5-6 more consecutive games in the MLS, that will be big for Jamaica, and maybe Jamaica have to start deciding if they want to give him a call because he's a quality player. Big up yourself, Warren. Thanks very much for being here. JD, I'm not a fan of the leader, but he did say it. Yes, man, we will give leader his credit, man. We're not trying to take any credit from leader. The louder they get is the more my head hurts and shut off my phone. All right, Triple E, big up yourself. Tennessee, massive respect. Thanks very much for being here. All right, JD, Ximinies has more potential than Maggie right now. This proves that these leagues is not fighting Jamaicans. If you are good, you will rise above your peers, 100%. So I'm loving how people taking this video as a positive level. All right, so Ximinies is showing up. Ximinies, Rochester showing up that we should not make excuses. If you're good enough, you're going to get the opportunity. And when you get the opportunity, it's all down to what you do. And even if he does not make it here, that does not designed to be a failure. No. Because his progression in time is good enough for me to say that even if someone else coming for him, it's not a failure. It's just a route that he took. And I can tell you, this route that he took might give him more information than any other route that you could have actually taken and jumped to a big league instant. It might be worse. These are steps that are closer to, further than Jamaica level, but closer to Jamaica. No, far away from Jamaica level, but closer to Jamaica level than the Premier League and those places. All right. Yes, JD, stay away from propaganda and madness. No, man, we have left it in the dust from the other day, man. You know, see, man. So the channel them a fly like rocket since we stay away from the propaganda and the drama. I would like to see Romain Blake and Malachi Douglas make the move. Yeah, well, tell you what, that's how these youths come in handy. And that's how the guys them that we sometimes try to push aside come in handy. So the other youths them that came and play for Jamaica, like the Hutchinson and those guys, all of them put together helps the cause of these other youths getting exposure. So Ximinies, depending on what Ximinies does, depending on what Rochester does, Hutchinson, all of these U20s, for them to go back and look for Malachi Douglas and those guys. So that's how people, that's why you become ambassadors. That's why I said communication and adaptability is always the main thing for Jamaica to go forward. All right, that's why I've always said that. And now you see it now. So they are ambassadors for Jamaica, and the first thing in the statement from the people them is how well the man them adapt and how they can communicate. Oh, ironic. We never had this thing because the report just come in. But yet still that's what they're saying. So it tells you, man, don't when we are here talking, man, we should stay strong in our conviction, man, and say it with your chest every time. Marlon Nelson, big up, big up. Travis says, Maggie is just spoiled. Spoiled baller like his JCDs. Him lazy, no work hard. No, I Travis, no, we're gonna properly analyze and vet Maggie's situation. Then we will come back. We will get to the player, really figure out what's going on, get from both sides, then we come back and we are gonna put up the thing on the screen, then we come back. But don't beat him as yet. Don't beat him as yet. Sometimes things take time. Alright? JD, we should have names on jerseys when the coach narrows down the squad. Alright? Let's see. Big up yourself, Africans. Thanks for being here. Youth team are a U23 team. What you talking about, dear Africans? Let me know. JD, what you think about the Dutch league for these youngsters? I think the Dutch league is the best league for them to learn football because it gives you the skill set of the mental side more than any other league. You get me? You saw Malasia in Manchester United. When I'm talking about Malasia, nobody pretty much talking about him. Nobody. And when we are talking about him, because he could have chosen one of the Curacao Suriname situation, and we are talking about him, the quality and how they learn. Look how he just goes there, and you saw him put out Luke Shaw out of his position, and oh, long Luke Shaw in England. Obviously, it helps with the style that the coach wanted to come and play. But it shows footballing intelligence and education helps. Because he never dropped off the cliff when he came there. From the first time people saw him, composure on the ball, take down the ball, pass one, pass two, fit up there. Looks like he's ready. People have said, no man, damn. What kind of you? I saw people raving reports from the English guys them. So that tells you about footballers. Footballing education is important, and that's why I said Netherlands is always the best place to go. Big up yourself, Omar Falling, and massive respect, man. Now for you guys, look out for me and give me good advices, and I do took you guys advices up there. Good look for Ximinies moving up the ranks in Belgium. Yes. All right, Jamaican Guna, massive respect. Thanks for being here. Jilly, how you doing, man? Thanks for being here. All right, I don't hear any excuses since I'm doing my videos outside my car. I don't hear that I'm out. JD, I think Ximinies will be a winger or a wing forward. I think right back won't work for him. Okay, well, I think he has to learn everything, So, just to make sure he can get some game because, as you know, with Marlon, sometimes you don't want to say, all right, there. You don't want to say, yes, me I surrender myself to that now. And then that become a difficult thing and then maybe become a problematic thing for you. All right, so I would say just make sure you keep on learning everything, but if you get the forward roles them, I think it suited him a little bit better because his pace and strength with the improvement and his trickery and those stuff will come, so I could agree with you there, Marlon. Guys, come on, we have not even reached 100 likes as yet. I thought this video would have been at 200 long time because this is what you guys wanted, so I don't know. All right. Maggie did himself damage 3 years and no football. You should move on. All right. So people talking about that. Did Maggie really did himself damage, or did handlers did Maggie more damage than himself? Let me talk about that. And let me plug in the phone so I can take calls at this point. But get the likes up before we move anywhere. So let me get the likes over 100 and let me try to aim for 120 at this point of the show. So let me give it a little time. I'm going to open the phone. I will set the let me use my fingerprint to open this thing. 1 second. Yes, I wanted to open it. Yes, so I will be taking the calls, guys. All right. Yes. So let me drop the phone number right here for you to call in. 4666. And Ximinies, if you're listening this, once you get a jersey, make sure you produce a signed jersey to us for one of the fans and the damn channel. And all of the footballers, them, once you get your jersey, make sure you give us one to give away as well so I can buy four. Yes. So, would you say it's handlers? Because I've looked at a different team, you know. These handlers have improved because Ximinies handlers different. You understand me? So Rochester handlers different. So are we just jumping to blame the players and not realizing that once you get tied in a contract, you can't get out of the contract so easy unless you buy yourself out. And sometimes buying yourself out is to find the exact money that they paid for you. All right. Yes. So sometimes the contracts are much more extreme, much more than what you earn. And I don't think Maggie had that money to buy himself out of that contract. You understand me? So how much more percentage you would have put on the handlers? I think I would put a lot on the handlers. Obviously, if the player goes there and don't perform, you have to put some problems, some pressure on the player itself. But based on what I saw, I think Maggie was coming out of the older era. Ximinies them coming out of a better system, more academies doing more high level football in the country, and the level of football has risen a little bit better. At least and in the national team they get exposure around with different players and learn a little bit more. Maggie never had that opportunity like them. You get me? Maggie came out from the last bad era for Jamaica football, to be honest, and I'm not making an excuse for him. Big up the Asian God JD. My goodness. Why is it that you don't want me to be successful in the Jamaica space? That's why you want to give me some other location every single time, you know, because you always call me and bother me, say I need to come and give you the news when you need the content crack. And the content crack is based on Jamaica, but you call me everything Surinamese, Asian, Belgian, English, everything. Maggie should have moved. Even alone last year, what him a deal, where him did there. So I don't know. Well, we are gonna get it. We are gonna get the information and bring to you. All right, so we'll actually learn. JD, I meant the RA U23 team, U23 at the time. And put the player's name, Big Boss, put the player's name. We should have a U18, U19, U20, U21, U22, U23, just like England. Okay, we don't have that amount of players. We don't have that amount of players, all right? Yes, we don't have that amount of players. Leslie Davis, how you doing, man? I think Maggie needs some good nutrition. I saw him in his jersey. Not a good look, honestly. I think that is downfall. He's weak. Okay, so people think that he's weak. Okay. Warren says smash the like button. Right, or brother Jason Ferran, Sakpa say him put down this Asian blood on me, you know. Oh God. Mr. United, big up yourself. Welcome to the content crack, no crack. Alright, massive respect, alright? Yes, man. Guys, smash the like button and smash the subscription button. Oh, I don't see me reach 460 on the clock as well. One video pass, I would reach 460. So that means we don't get 10 subscribers. That is bad. We don't get the 10 subscribers while we're sleeping. Let me see how far we are from the 10 subscriber. All right, we better subscribe. Make sure this past 60. Okay, we're not far. We're not far. All right, JD, is it possible you can get an interview with the players? And decide, yes, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. And yeah, I know I can get interviews with a lot of people. I just never really pursue them, you know. But if you guys needed that, I would definitely do it. Yeah, man, we would definitely do it. And sometimes you can spam them and tell them to get to JD, and you would like to see it, and it will make my job easier. But definitely, I wanted to bring Zian, Scarlett. I should have brought him here, him and Lashan back again, because Lashan went on a tour in England, played majority of the teams, Everton, all of those teams at the the Premier League 2 level. I wanted to get him back on the program to hear how his experience went. Zian Scarlett, I wanted to talk about his contract and his development and give some insights back to the people, so they could know that what to do going forward, you know, because these interviews definitely help young kids back in Jamaica, and how to process things, you know. Youth 23 program is the one we have neglected. Those players seem to get lost, especially when they go to Europe and are just getting started out professionally. Anthony Mack, how you doing, man? Massive respect, all right? Boss Thomas said, if he can be a utility player like Bobby Reed or for Fulham, he will get games that will help him develop more. Yes, that's why I said to make sure you're catching everything on his title before you cement yourself down and in one bracket, all right? To be honest, we have neglected all of them for a few cycle up until these few years. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I think we jump to beat the players them too fast. All right. Boss Thomas. Okay. All right. That's not for me. Big up yourself, Roland Malcolm. Oh, you're doing, man. Massive respect. I remember watching an interview with another former statsman, Wayne Palmer. I think it was and I am sure sports. He spoke about kicking and blocking Maggie. He spoke about kicking and blocking Maggie from Cole's practice at JC. Wow. Okay. That's bad. Maggie was given to Cassiupen, and his previous agent left him for the Sharks, and then the coach that signed him left the club. All right, see, so without even knowing it, no JD. No, JD is the Suriname god. Oh my god. Because of his work ethic. Big up yourself, Charles Brahma. Andrew, big up yourself. Yeah, man. You guys will never accept me. And I told you guys, you guys will never accept me, but this is exactly where Jamaica should have evolved to. People like me. You get me? That's the truth. That's where our evolution should have been at this point. You get me? Yes. But you want to stay and war every day. But it's alright. And then give me up to different country until me left for now. Alright? Yes. Charles Brahma, big up yourself. Aaron Campbell, how you doing, man? A lineup a work up a dancing dynamite for Maggie. Jesus God. Alright. Coleman, how you doing, man? Nick Daly. Alright, let me write down this one. Because some of these people, you guys are sending me on some. You know what? I'm gonna up it, All of my videos now are 250 likes. Them should be on a daily basis now. Alright? Because send me all over the world for get information for people. Yo, Alj, JD, you think Maggie should be in the national team for the future? No. Why should he be in the national team? Other players are doing better than him, so we have to look at those other players that's doing better. So no, I would not say Maggie. The national team should be based on what you do, not who you are and how famous you are. And I'm gonna keep the same stance as why I kept it for Whisper. Maggie should not be in the national team. He has not done anything. Others are doing better. Hutchinson is way ahead of Maggie. Way ahead of Maggie right now. To be honest, alright? Lembisika is way ahead of Maggie, to be honest, in the national team. Alright, so Hutchinson will. Casey Palmer is way ahead of Maggie, which he was actually way ahead of Maggie from day one. But because of Jamaican local bias at the time and the coach itself, maybe people would have looked otherwise. But Casey Palmer was always better than Maggie. Always. And I stood up here with my chest and said, people, we're not evaluating football properly. You get me? Casey Palmer, get somebody around him, put him in the position, and he's doing well. Obviously, injury. I think it was injury really stopped him from not playing for Jamaica, because I do believe that if the coach called him, he would have came back here. The man pay him own money to go to the Japan tour. People, when forgot that the youth pay him own money. Why people think that he did not want to play for Jamaica? Remember, he had some little dispute with them in the JFF at that time, and they solved it and pay him back his money after around 6 months. That's at least, I don't know when they paid him back, but the article came out that everybody from that trip get paid after. You get me? Yes. So maybe he never liked the unprofessionalism. That's why he might said something out of turn, and then they never called him back, because you know that at that time we were dark. And if a man talk to a certain way worse, if we're overseas, we might not call him back, because that's what happened to Omari Bell and all of them. And they had to come back later in their career and said, no man, Jamaica never called me at no time. That's why we never came back. The videos are there. You understand me? So Maggie's way down the pecking order, but he has his future. He's still a young player, so we are not going to cast him aside at no time. He just keep on working. Maggie, them no want play no football, fam. Football is a joke to them, youth there. No, why you said so? African them, they eat, sleep. No, but tell you what, I just believe that some of the mans them, maybe he never have the drive, he never have the proper motivation, and he never have the proper education at the time going there. And when we talk about education, education don't mean about because you learn maths over there. He was not educated in his environment, so it took a longer time to adapt. And that really cost him, because obviously if an next man came in and adapted a little bit faster than you, because he was already informed. That's why your handlers are important. So for instance, if I am signing any player and they are coming to Belgium, I have to give them the lowdown of what Belgium entails. Obviously we know that they have their skill set, so their skill set will always be respected. But aside from adjusting, you need people around you to adjust. 1000%. All right. Dockland says, good morning, JD. What you chopping up this morning? We know you are the biggest chopper out of drama. Jesus God. I'm one of the most honest chopper, because I'm a legal chopper. All right. A legal chopper. Look like JC have a good program. Well, it looks so. We are talking about the youths, U20s, where we seems to throw aside, because we started to believe in more propaganda more than anything else. I did a video on them, and then all raving news coming out from the youths them. So we have to put them in the limelight to say that what Rochester doing, Ximinies doing, what Mr. Zian Scarlett doing. I'm gonna text Zian and see if we can get him to the program, for him to come and, because I think he would have helped back to educate a lot of people. People love the Lashan interview. Sorry that was on the last channel. We need to bring back Lashan, but some of these mans are very busy flying all over the world. You get me? So it's hard for me to staple on some time with them. But I'm gonna contact Lashan and I'm gonna contact Zian. So I can promise you, I will bring both of them to the channel. Those two I will bring both to the channel. I don't know about the rest, but I will try and get more. So Lashan and Zian, I will bring both of them, and they can give you some experience, some knowledge from their experience. All right. Get some interviews, JD. That would be great for your channel. Yeah, but know yourself. I just never did it, because I just thought that my channel was all about me and my the way I put things down, But if you said you want more interviews, we will get them. You just line up the people and we will go and get them. Don't. And we will do them, Maggie still can come good. Still he got the ability, but it all comes down to his mentality and his IQ in the game. So I promise you 2 interviews, which I'm going to bring to you. All right. I'm going to just find the right time for them, because there are people that I know good. So it's not hard for me to bring that. You get me? I will maybe stretch it to 3 that I will promise you. I'm going to bring 3 interviews for you. I'm going to try and see if I can give it to you next month. I will check the guys' them schedule and bring those to you next month. And then the rest, no, you guys have to get me the rest. But I will get you the 3. All right. Where is the best place you think Maggie can go to get a further development? I had said the MLS or the USL. Just get a contract or get a loan. If it's a USL, I think you would have to do a loan. You get me? Because people in Jamaica keep on talking about the USL is not good. No, but if you go someplace and dominate something, look at Whisper. Whisper. When I talked to his father, because remember I explained to you that me and his father is much more of a cool person now, and he asked me a few things. Like he said, "Yo, what you think about such and such?" And I said, "Big boss, I think let him play Manning Cup is a good thing." um, and because he only can dominate something and know his levels. So keep on getting analytics and a player that is good. The younger you are, the more analytics you can get on them, it is the better. All right, and they went ahead and do Manning Cup. I don't know if it's because I told him. I don't know, but he asked me and I told him, and they went and did it. And I came out and said I think he's gonna slap up the Manning Cup and score 65,000 goals. And I explained myself at that time, so that was way before Manning Cup even started. You get me? Um, and he went on and do it, and then based off that, even when he's signing contracts, it's all about the Manning Cup clips them they're showing. You get me? So if he never played the Manning Cup, and if his father never had those conversations and tell him, so yes, go and play the Manning Cup, and don't let anybody tell you that the Manning Cup is garbage, and don't let him play it. You get me? We were some of them standing up saying, play the Manning Cup, brother, play it. And he went and played it, and I can tell you that was integral towards him getting any deals, because it was integral towards how his popularity on the internet grew. All right, because people saw you did something, and I think that's what the kid need to take. People saw you do something, and that's what you get your respect from. So you should continue to do something to get more respect, and that's what I've always said. And I know his father respect the take that the take that I took at all times. You know. To some extent, Maggie agent is at fault, but he should have taken personal responsibility for his own career. That is true, that is true. But I want to say it's important with the agents them. Maggie's style of play don't match Jamaica's style of play. No, that is true as well. Captain JD, we with the good morning football show. Yes, man, yes, man. And right now, me see you guys checking through in the analytics. I saw you guys watching it straight through the night back. So I guess it's becoming the whole day show. You know, Maggie a run daddy's daycare. Okay, I don't think JC program is anything special. Okay, okay. I don't know, so I can't say. Yeah, I have to just keep on researching, and then once I do get the answer, I will come to you guys. JD, facts. We should strive to be the best version of ourselves. I had to do my certification last night. Old Ed still aced it in. Massive respect and congratulations on what you're doing. Yeah, man. Anybody I tell you opposite, Bo, you need to dumb down yourself, man. You move away from those people, man. Those people don't like you, and more likely they don't like themselves as well. Anybody tell you anything negative of don't upgrade yourself, yeah, you move away from those people, man. It's either those people are weak people and lying to you, they are weak people and they're lying to you, or those people want to take advantage of you. Weak people are lying to you or want to take advantage of you. Anybody that don't tell you to don't want to see you be a better version of yourself and satisfy if you're failing. All right, yes. Maggie need for buckle down and establish himself before him can even be considered for the national team. Yeah, man, I think the national team kind of passed him at this point. Nick Daly terminates contract with Mount Pleasant because he was homesick in Jamaica. What a story. Okay, I don't know the story, so I'm not going to say anything here. Yes, so people, you could call in at this point, all right? Yeah, man, the phone line is open. Yes, I've dropped the phone line. If you don't want to call in today, you could still save the phone number, all right? Maybe like some such man, him a run down. Okay, all right. Any idea which position Tyreke Jimenez excelling in most? Right wing and forward striker. One right wing and striker. So that simply means wing forward. Wing forward because it's a combination of both, you know. And I think he's not an out and out striker for me. I think he's more of a wing forward as well. JD, sometimes even if you are good and you are not the right fit, it reduces your chances to stay in the organization. Well said, well said. Butler came out and said Maggie is a Phoenix baller. Oh, we not hearing him saying that now since he's not in the team. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Yes. Big up yourself, Duane Thomas. Massive, massive respect. All right. Thanks very much. All right. That under 20 was very talented, although the coach didn't play some of them, but that's what we want people to see, that the kids them are actually talented. All right. Daily, Maggie, Marshall, Topi did have good work. He did have to work hard for a spot on any teams in Jamaica. So when they were required to fight for a spot on a professional team, they fumble the bag. Okay. B Douglas said, JD, I live in the States. USL is garbage. Okay, USL is garbage. So people saying that we should not say Maggie them should go to USL. But remember, it's where B Douglas, it's where you're gonna get opportunity. I don't think any MLS team will jump out and take Maggie at this point. I would love for it to happen, but I don't know, because that's what people said. Sometimes it's the condition that you find yourself in. You get me? And sometimes you just want playing time. So would you not play in the USL? None at all. Rather than sit down on an MLS bench and maybe go into training for 1 year, I would take the USL, and then I have my CV, so I keep on collecting data. And obviously, if he mashed up the USL, 1 year time, they're going to take him up there. Big B Douglas, I'm telling you, if he goes to the USL and dominates it, I'm telling you, he's going up to MLS on a full-time contract. So sometimes you have to bet on yourself more than anything else, all right? Alj said, JD, I think a baller true potential is when he's placed in a team that supports his game, confidence and tenacity. We put down Maggie too much when he can't even help himself based on his position. But Alj, I've said only positives about Maggie here. I literally try to show them the sides of the agents and stuff, and how integral they are towards the conversation. But Alj, adaptability is always important, Aldre. So don't take that out. So that's where I would blame Maggie for. Adaptability is important. It's always important. And in order for a player to be successful, especially in football, adaptability is important. If you don't have that, more likely you're only going to be a country baller. Your country's baller. That's what I meant in that statement. All right? Yes, so adaptability is important. You saw that Jimenez went over there not so long, and based on what I'm seeing, his progression is good, and the one thing they talk about is his adaptability. So, and the one lack thing they talk about is Maggie's adaptability. You get me? So we cannot, Aldre, switch it off. We have to identify the problem, and Maggie talks about it as well. So it's not like we, Aldre, take a time out after this video, go out and listen to Maggie speaks about him own self. I think he takes the accountability in check, He wants to do better, and I just believe that he caught himself in a position that he can't buy himself out of. Let me put in Tyreke Maggie here so people could see his contract right here. All right. So, Alj, I've never brought down Maggie. I've never talked anything bad. I literally tried to go on to look at the difference between these players, why they are doing so better than the older players. All right? Yes. And I think it's down to the handlers, the personnels around them are a little bit better than previous years. All right? Yes. So this is Maggie's contract. It's going to end in a month, 2 months practically. So I think he's just there. Surprising. Maggie's 100,000 value jumped to 250. So his valuation went up. So I don't know how that's possible. Maybe just his age, because he ain't doing anything. So the fact that his valuation jump from the 100,000 to 250, that is 220, 250. That is good. That is good. That is good. All right. So maybe they will be selling him soon. All right. All right. Maggie needs to go to MLS or better. He got so much potential. But that's the thing in B Douglas. We keep on putting hype and ego in front of us. Maggie no need to go somewhere better than the USL. He needs to play football. So if he gets a MLS one, he plays football. If he gets a USL, he plays football. So sometimes you have to drop our pride, B Douglas, and just go forward, because they know what the next guys have. These U20 guys, they don't have no ego. They don't have any ego. So man's going the college route, getting through. Man's going the 23, getting through. Man's going the 18s, getting through. They are not telling themselves that they are big ballers and sitting down not doing anything. You get me? They are betting on themselves. And that's why I like this new core more. Because this is what we get out of the Jamaican mold, of the egotistic part. No. These youths are literally dropping their egos aside and going to evolve themselves. All right, so maybe this is the big kick up the backside for the Jamaican players, them what they needed, and these young youths are putting them to shame, to shame. All right, by evolving. All right, so remember me tell you, a lot of these younger kids are gonna walk past these guys them that you're talking about already too good and ray, and them can't go anywhere to play football. If you're listening to me, people, go anywhere to play football. Get on the pitch because you weren't on the pitch. That's why you're not getting anywhere. So why should you stand out and wait for MLS? Let me know if it's foolishness, man. I'm talking, guys. All right. Maggie should try to go to Costa Rica or Mexico. All right. But you have to go where people want you, you know. Get an interview with Dexter Lambakisa or Omari Hutchinson. I don't know them. I have to get to people that knows them. It might be possible, but I am not sure if I could get it. But let me see. Let me see. That's also the thing, JD. The cam role is a role that is being slowly evolved into something else. The cam is more of a second striker, which is safe. That is true. Yes. Versus playmaker of all. Yes. And the playmakers of all turn into central midfielders flat out. And sometimes you have to add deeper box-to-box ability towards it. So that means you have to be comfortable on the ball. So if it comes to the test, they can drop it deeper like a Ravel, and you have to still do it just the same. One Jamaica, massive respect, guys. Guys, come on, let us smash. As we say, at 250 should be the normal task for the morning cracks them. Because we are turning this into the biggest show, you know, biggest show on YouTube. Slowly but surely, all right? Yes, so make sure we start go over the 200 consistent before the show finishes, so we can aim to 250, so we can put it up occasionally. All right, big up yourself, Martin, and big up yourself, man. And then we have Chris Smith in the house. Massive respect, Chris Smith. I hope you respect the youths them. All right, because some of the local youths them do good to the Chris Smith right in front of their eyes. So make sure you come out and tell them congratulations. Yes. All right. Yes, because I'm gonna beat you with the belt if you don't do so. JD, I still can't believe that U20 didn't qualify with all quality players. No, the other teams were better. Why we say the other teams were better? Because it does not quality alone get everything done. They never talked about Ximinies quality. They never talked about Rochester quality. They never talked about Zian Scarlett's quality. Their adaptability to fit in and stuff counts, you know. So it's not always a natural talent out there. Oh, you're better than everybody at this stage. No. Mental side is important as well. So the other teams were further in their development, and so they were better than Jamaica. So the team still never. And when they go back to that, oh no, I don't have those videos. Damn, because I had said, if people never overhype the team, I think the team did well because the level that they went, I think that they never underperformed. I thought that they performed up to their standard. That's what I said in my post-match the last day on the conversation. I thought that they performed to the level that I expected them to. You get me? With them just coming together, like knowing football and going by football in logics, I thought that they performed. If they had went on to go to the finals and qualify, that would have been just a smash and grab. Even before I was fighting with Ian and telling Ian that you don't put players on field and they just perform and win things. It don't work like that. It don't work so easy. All right, Maggie better than USL. All right, but I never said he's not better than USL. You know? And how do I know he's better than USL? No USL for Jamaican players, it serves as a graveyard. Wow. I'm gonna do a USL show one day and educate you on the USL and show you how much players that beat you up week in, week out in our national team when we go for the best players are USL players. Mario Russell, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. Kevin Facey said, good morning, JD. Why whenever you speak the truth about a player, someone always take it personal? But one thing I've learned, Kevin Facey, why I'm gonna continue speaking it, the players themselves don't take it personal because they actually respect me talking like that. You get me? Yes, that's what I've learned. No, so I'm not gonna change for nobody. You know, Maggie need to move for some game time. I've said that 2 years now. 2 years. Obviously, him not moving was not solely down to him. So I'm not gonna blame him on that. USL is better than JPL and also pay more. The coaches are much better. Yes, so if USL is better than JPL, which we all agreed, maybe not far, but we still say it's better. In our own conversation, we say it's better, right? So why is it you would accept Maggie coming back to Jamaica to play football? Because that's what will happen if he does not get a contract, you know. You're going to see him here like Lamar Walker, you know. So why would you want to turn down a USL contract if it presents itself? It comes back to your professionalism. You go in, do your job, and you set certain standards. Obviously, Maggie playing in Belgium and places, he will have more. He will have more leverage over his contract. He will have more leverage over his contract. So that simply means he could sign a better contract this time around. You saw like funny? We are not listening. We are not trying to put certain things into perspective. He will have more leverage over his contract because he's a bigger name players coming in. You get me? So he will have more leverage. So he can sign contracts that will offload him or make sure scouts out there looking for him for USL teams. You get me? If other teams want to forcefully sign him, so he can have leverage. You get me? So if you go in and said you're gonna do 2 seasons, after that 2 season, once you perform to a certain peak, they have to force you on to a next club. You have to move in your contract. That can be a possible contract. All right. So it comes down to your standard. It comes down to your standard at the end of the day. All right. Yes. With the amount of wingers Jamaica producing, we should be flying. Yes. And JD, always speak the truth, family. Don't watch what people are saying. We respect the truth. Yes, man. So, no side go. No side go. We are talking about Ximinies, you know, here today. We said from the start, once he performs, we are going to come here and tell you. I know we'll come here and tell you, behind that. Okay, yeah, people want to call in. Yes, because we're only doing 2.5 hours, you know. We're already 1 hour 11. Anywhere you play ball, you can make to the top league once performing. Thank you, Grimy. 1000%. So that story of giving ourselves outing. The young kids, them not giving themselves no outing. You think say if Romeo and Blake get a contract to USL tomorrow, him not gone? Answer me. You think if Romeo and Blake get a contract for USL tomorrow, him not gone? Maybe. That's what stalled King's career. Don't know. Because maybe people wrongfully think that he was at a level and then never took the contract, and then now we are saying that he regressed it. So we have to look at that, guys. The USL Championship is better than the JPL. They have better quality players, coaches, fields, stadium, and pays better. All right. Yeah, man, that's why we're chopping it up, because we have a good conversation here. You know, that's what we do here in a conversation, all right? Yeah, great point. Otis, how you be, man? JD, when last MLS take a Jamaican player? It's been a while. Well, they took one now. They took one now, which is a young one, Lamont Rochester, being that it's still the MLS Pro, next Pro, but it's still the MLS nonetheless because he's on the cards. Yes, and if he performs well, he can easily play the next week in the MLS. Yes. So that's a big start, you know? Yes. Jerry, there was an article in the Gleaner about why MLS is not taking Jamaican players again. Yes, I heard what's his name again? Sportsmax trying to put some narratives in, but I will research it first before I say anything. USL AFI better than JPL. Yes, man, it is better than JPL. All of those things are professional systems, you know. So whether or not we think they are not as good as what we like, that is true. But it shows our bias, because if we are saying that USL is not good, so then what we would have said about our own league, we have to be honest, man, you know. And sometimes when we do that and put on the JPL, USL, players don't want to take the contract because we force pure pressure on them. So always educate ourselves on these things before we come out and blurt. That's how we said, especially with my platform, I want to make sure I take responsible for certain things, responsibilities for certain things. All right, because if it's better, why don't take that opportunity? I would tell some of the JPL players them, go to Costa Rica, go to Dominica. You get me? They are paying more. They have much more football in development there. Go to those places. You don't have to always go to Europe. Go to any place that's better than Jamaica in football right now. Go to any one of those locations. And a lot of places are better than Jamaica. So don't wait for just a European contract. Go to Costa Rica. You saw Costa Rica, Bennett, Aguilera, they got stayed in Costa Rica and got bought for England. So you could go to Costa Rica and better your chances than Jamaica to go to England. You get me? It's just go there and develop. Adapt, develop. All right, yes. JD Ravel is not a good example of a deep midline. No, he's a good example of a deep line midfielder. He is a good example. I saw him did it for Derby County, Derby for a couple of games well, and he was the man for that man. Yes. The man, all right. The last player leave Jamaica straight to the MLS was Peter Lee. Can't remember. I would say it's Peter Lee. Peter Lee. How much game Peter Lee played? All right. So we have a caller here coming in. Good afternoon, Mr. Sheldon. How are you doing?
Bless, JD, and the family. How you doing, man?
I am here, I'm here just trying to put out the information, but at the same time, still have to fight back and make people know that them in the comment section, sometimes they put pure pressure on the players themselves not to make certain decisions because people look down upon them. And what I know about our society as Jamaicans, pure pressure is one of our biggest problems. Pure pressure. You
You
understand me?
know, I'm actually, you know what, JD? It's crazy that I'm actually interested in this type of stream than the whole like fanboy type of things that people giving false information. But I think this is a good stream. I've been listening to you all morning. I just want to like chop it up a little bit about the USL and also the players. So I am in the Bay Area, right? The Bay
Mm-hmm.
Area, Silicon Valley in California.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
Yeah. So the
you're maximizing your tech skills? Or you think I would have done in that region?
everybody drives Teslas here. I'm a
What?
doctor, so I don't really pay attention to other
What?
things.
You're trying to force me to come
Yeah.
there to get my Tesla?
Possibly, but I mean, I don't have one. I'm a doctor. I have so many loans, so I can't really pay. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that Oakland Roots. So I live in. I go to the Oakland Roots game versus Monterey. Oakland Roots has this young Jamaican that got signed like in January, in December, right? So the notion that people are saying that JPL or Jamaicans are or anything like that should not play, pride comes before a fall. I know that for a fact. Number one, number two, the JD. If you go there, the fields are so amazing. The structure is good, and the players play beautiful one touch, cross the ball, spread the ball. I watch JPL, and I'm like, what am I watching? High school teams in the US can beat these guys, like literally, because their game is garbage. On top of that, they physios and everything is good. When somebody get injured, they don't come on the field and spray a water bottle in your leg like they do in JPL. They actually have proper physios with doctors. So it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like I don't understand how people can say that. On top of that, being a professional football player is financial. You need to be able to take care of your family. You're gonna go to JPL where they don't pay you for a couple matches. What are you gonna do with that? So for people saying that, oh, the JPL Jamaicans are stuck. First of all, our head of state, D-Lo, went to JPL. I mean, went to the USL, right? Corey Berg went to USL. Lamar Walker played at USL. So what people are saying, it's this notion is that like you get blocked by this. If you play well somewhere, somebody will see you. They have tapes. You can send your tapes out. Yeah, we're in an era now where scouting is not just in person. You can send your tape out and go play. I was
But you
watching
said something
champs.
powerful there. I think you said something powerful there. Pride come before a fall. I'm gonna make sure I put that on a t-shirt. Pride come before a fall.
You're gonna get sued for that. That's not.
Pride
You
come
gotta have a
before a
trademark for
fall,
that.
you know? Yeah, pride come before a fall. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was watching Tramps the other like couple nights ago, and if you look in the crowd, you see all these scouts that comes down there to get people. Right. The point I'm trying to say is talent is not just like you. If you're good, they're gonna find you, and if they can't find you, this is why you need to have a representative around you to say, "Yo, Here's my tape. Give my player a 1 week trial. Because it doesn't matter where you're playing. If you're good, you're gonna impress. That's just people knows to understand. Us Jamaicans, we have too many excuses. Like, oh, we can't make it. Listen, my parents came to America. My parents came to America, JD, and they're working 4 or 5 jobs to send me to school and to become someone. And I was ashamed of them. I'm not gonna lie, I was ashamed initially, but then I realized they were doing something to help me. And look at me now, I'm a doctor. I made them proud. And this is the things I'm trying to say. Listen, go where you can, work hard, and make it out. Listen, the USL is amazing. Like, it's good. And like I said, I watch the games. I don't just watch MLS games. I've gone to some of these games. I pay. It's not free to get in. So that means the players are actually benefiting from that. So that's one I want to chop up. Another thing I want to chop up is just watching the JPL, watching a lot of people comments on different streams. Everybody in Jamaica has nicknames. It's the first country I see have nicknames. Messi, Ronaldo, blah, blah, blah. These players do 1-2 touches and do this. They're the best thing to, like, since sliced bread. That's not football. You cannot compare a player to someone just inside of the country. They have to be compared elsewhere, their age group, because what happened is when they go abroad and see players that look like Twin Towers, they're like, oh my God, oh my God. No, your talent is relative to where you are. If you're in Jamaica, your talent is relative to Jamaica. How you know your talent is America or go somewhere else. The talent pool in Jamaica is much smaller. There's 2.8 million people on the island of Jamaica, and not all of them play soccer. So imagine if you go abroad and you go to Europe where people live, breathe soccer, or you go to the US. Here in the Bay Area, JD, everywhere there's soccer camp everywhere. Soccer is the number one youth sport in America, the number one youth sports in America. So when people are saying that, oh, soccer is not good in America, it's actually very developed here. Everywhere I go, the pitches here is way better than any pitches I've seen in Jamaica. Every 5 houses I drive, good pitches. They have everything, goals, everything you can have to train on. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, these are things that people not understanding. If you don't travel or you don't do anything other than sit on the corner shop and listen to people, your knowledge is gonna stay exactly where it is. People don't understand that. So when I read these comments and stuff, I was like, I just shake my head. I don't even call into any of these shows because it's like some of these people is just like arrogant and ignorant, you know?
You said pride come before a fall, and as you just said, we the people boost these guys' ego, so they're gonna stuck on their pride and the fall coming. So that's why I feel kind of be more hyped up, like it spikes in this era because we're doing more of the hype and like the boosting people's ego too much without any actual statistical report than anything else in this era. That's why we're feeling more. You understand me? So what you said, man, is powerful, powerful. Respect, respect. All right, guys, as you come in, please do smash the like button. We are 60 away from 200, but definitely do so, man, because at least what we're giving you, you know that you can challenge it, but more likely you're not gonna win. You get me? Yeah, because we ain't talking foolishness. So massive respect, man.
Yeah,
Big boss, man. Massive respect.
yeah, that's true, man. Jay-Z once said, women lie, men lie, but numbers does not lie. The statistics are there to prove that a lot of these people, things that people are saying is not good. How can you say Mikey's not good for USL when wherever he's playing, he's not doing anything? What statistics do I have to prove that he's not better? You know what I mean? What statistic do I have to say that? You know what I mean? He himself, I saw the interview several times. He said, listen, he himself said that the coaches let him down in Jamaica. Our current schoolboy of the year said the coaches in Jamaica everything's a joke, right? Says that you have D'Lo, who is our head of state, who comes out and said that, like, okay, he's the Madrid player, the Madrid son of that.
Blake came out and said, in order for us to go anywhere, Blake. I wonder if I can find that thing on Simon's channel. When Blake says, I'm not gonna fight the JPL still in about if the guys them not USL. So Blake went one better. Blake never said USL, Cause he said MLS, USL, next pro, anything, but he said even if you get a college, it's better developed because he was developing college, goes straight into the draft. That's what Blake said. So Blake said it's better to even get a college. That's how far the level of development is. You get me? So USL
Yo,
anything
JD,
that's what he said out of his own mouth. So go and listen to Blake. You get me? Because we respect these ballers and they're telling you, and then you are coming here and say the USL is no level when the man say college football better than JPL. Are better prepare
JD,
you for your goal out there. That's what he literally said. He thinks the colleges prepare you better for your actual goals going forward than the actual JPL. I'm now beat the JPL. That's what he said. His exact word. I would love to pick it, cut the clip. I'm gonna put the clip in the next one to show you. Go ahead, Shellan.
yo, JD, I like I mentioned, the highest I've ever played was college, right? And these coaches, JD, every day we do conditioning, we eat properly, we have like, it was properly done. We had practice a certain time, we had to go study hall a certain time. It was so organized. You have practice, you have study hall. If you need tutoring, you have tutoring. It was properly done. Like it wasn't a playhouse. I did that in college, and the development is proper. Listen, Lowell went to Connecticut, right? Like all these people goes there. Going to college is not a bad route. Football, it only is a certain amount of years, right? If you get injuries, what do you have to fall back on? Like, I don't think people understand that all that stuff is all about ball. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. I get that. If you think you're good enough to do it, do it. But going to college route is not a bad thing. I don't see why people lock out about it. You go to college, you get a degree. Say you get a accounting degree, finance degree, and you don't make it, you have a job secure because those are career that you're always gonna have a job. But because we have the mentality of like, yo, I need to make it, I need to make it, and I understand that, right? I get that. So I think people need to realize, sit back and look at your future goals. You know what I mean? You only 20 some, you only 20 for 10 years. After 20, you get in your 30s, and there's more after life after football. Not everybody can be Messi or Ronaldo, complain to their 30 years old and make millions and millions of dollars. But the point is, like, finances is very important. So when I see a lot of people in these streams saying Magee's this, that, it is to the relative to Jamaica. What about the world? There's no football in Jamaica. There's none. Like, I know the JPL is what we have, and I get that, and we always beat the JFF in development and all that stuff. That's what we have, so we have to use what we have. But when you compare that to everywhere else, look, you know what I'm saying? Then what do? Our pride footballer right now is Liam Bailey. He's the most substituted player in the EPL, right? He cost $30 million. When I watch him play, I'm like, he is not even the top 10 winger in the EPL right now. He's an average player, but he can take care of his family because he's getting a salary. You know what I mean? So these are things that people have to take into account. Not going to USL because USL is terrible. You're getting, for example, I'm not sure the contract. Say, for instance, you're getting $5,000 a week. You know how much, if you convert that to Jamaica, how much money that is to Jamaica? So people need to like wake up and start with this prideful talk. You know what I mean? It needs to go. It really needs to go.
All right, all right. Respect, big boss. Respect. Thanks for that.
All right, JD.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna chop it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
later. Yeah, yeah. So that is from Sheldon. Good call, good call. I can't say anything better, because at the end of the day, he's giving. So you see, people would have assumed that Sheldon gave negatives. That was all positive that Sheldon gave you. It's just this. You have to just listen. So sometimes the tone that you think that the people talking into, it is negative. But no, the guy was no negative, not at all. The guy tell us to leave our pride alone, left our pride at the door, and go out there and figure out things. Go out there and do it. Because if something is better, why should we be here talking about, oh no, we want the best, so we need to be in an English Premier League? Or what level of look at life? Let me explain this to you. USL not paying 5,000 a week. You might have people in the USL getting 5,000 a week. My brother, you have people in the USL getting 5,000. You have people more than one too as well, more than one. All right, but I will do that in a different video. I will show you all other players, but you have players getting more than 5,000. All right, yes, but I'm gonna show you. While I'm saying here, look at it. A player said he has not developed well because people did him a disservice, right? Then now we don't know which level of development he is at, because remember I say he was not developed well by the player himself. So then why are we saying, who are we to identify talent, to say where they truly are? We got a person identify. We got 4 persons identify Maggie, and all of them never put him on no level as what you say, None of them, None of the guys them that identify the talent, That those are because we don't have to hear from the people them. It goes by, oh, you never met the team. You understand me? So why are we still here making up story? That is where I think Dr. Dan saying the pride, and that is just false pride, because we get the statistical report and the people making a decision and show to you that it's not what you're saying, and these people are educated in their field, and you are not educated as them. So why four of them said the same thing, and then you are going to still come here and say he's better than this and he's better than that? When him himself tell you that he was not properly developed, we never knew how far did the development stretch. But now we are realizing that he was not properly developed. So, but we don't know because he never even played that amount of game. You get me? So come on, man. Come on. Dr. Daniel said it well, man. Good afternoon, Mr. Brother. How you doing, man? Big boss, you're calling in. What going on? How you doing on the Friday?
Hey JD, yeah man, I'm good man. Bless up
Finally, you're
yourself, man.
calling early. Finally, we catch up before the show done.
Hey, yeah man, big glad. I don't plan to stay for long though, but I was listening to the caller earlier on, man, and I felt and I really felt inspired because he touched so many different points, even from a little bit of his life story and what his parents went through and with the pride that we have and like you were saying afterwards, that it seemed like he's negative and 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 he's absolutely not. Everything that he said is just positive, and they're called positive criticism. And there was a time when I called and I was ranting also, and there was somebody, if you remember, there was somebody who was trying to tell me about my mother and something like that.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
it's
yeah. I
just
remember it, man. I remember. Yeah, man. But that's why I
yeah, man.
made sure to outline it, and I made sure to outline it. I said nothing what this caller said just a while ago is negative. You get me? So for people that can't
It's
comprehend,
called
they need to just listen
it's
well.
called yeah, man, it's called positive criticism because what happened is that we need it, and it's also called a reality check. As Jamaicans, we need a reality check. And when I say Jamaicans, I'm specifically talking about the Jamaican football fans because I don't know where it come from. This pride that we have that make we feel like we're the best since sliced bread, and it has been holding back our football for a while. And in one instance, for one big example that I wanted to call out before I go, which is the main thing that I was calling for, and I must commend you JD and the other YouTubers who have emerged over the past recent years. And this immersion of the YouTubers have been going on for approximately about 5 years, and since the start of that, because it started off with Simon, and then we have all the others. And since the start of that, JB, I can tell you that the JFF has has changed so much, and the mentality in the Jamaican fans have also evolved and changed so much for the positive, and that's really good. One of
Boy,
the
boy,
big
boy,
change.
the part of the Jamaican fans them kind of change. Obviously, I think I've seen it more. No, I would agree that it has changed because imagine without me standing up, in my conviction to talk about people after be one between these foreign players. Imagine how them believe before. So to be honest, you
But
have a
but but
point. You have a point.
but Jerry, actually, that's what I was going. That's what I was going to talk about. That's the one thing I was going to talk about. But just before I hit it, I must also say that you are actually one of the main person, because actually you are the main person that is also responsible for helping people to come to a reality check, because you're always bringing forth the reality, and a lot of the people who are deceived and thinking delusional, when they listen to you, it really helps them to pause for a moment and think. When we talk about these big players, and we talk about Tyreke McGee and he's the best ever and all, and then you pause for a while, and then you start to analyze the players, and you use statistics to analyze the players and to show them the reality rather than basing everything upon sentiments. Then people get to understand that things are different. Now, the main change that I want to talk about, which I've seen, and I'm so happy for, and I'm so proud of, is the inclusion of the Jamaicans who are born overseas. Now, that's one of the biggest change that I have seen over the past years
Yes, game
that I'm
changer.
so
Yeah,
appreciative
yeah,
of.
game changer.
it,
Fa-
it, it is a game changer, JD, because before we had the YouTubers, and in the early time, of Simon Preston and so on, I remember when the people it was a big argument as to whether we're gonna use these English rejects and these
Yeah
English
man, yeah
finally
man. Carla, Carla,
and all these
Carla,
crap.
Carla. When I did my first video, I'm sorry my channel got shut down. Yeah, I single-handedly embarrass people so bad in Jamaica when they talk about English reject. Nobody never,
I used to feel so bad
nobody,
about it.
nobody never even take. People used to feel comfortable for write English reject in them video. Me single-handedly destroy that belief in a Jamaica. So when you talk a real thing, I've damaged a lot of things in Jamaica and a lot of them could have get away with a whole heap of foolishness. Me damage it, you know why? Me damage the money where them can make from things because me realize that them always tied into things where them can benefit from. And through me make it be known say as xenophobia behavior and a disrespect to
Yeah,
people and people know for support them. Me convert a lot of people, and that's why I tell us the people. That's why them cannot like me here, because when me stand up, me see when me come here, man, me see people gladly at some of them talk about black. Come the first video me do, it got 20,000. The first video me do on Jamaica, it got 20,000. And it has nothing to do with the Jamaican local band here. But me never know, so we have this problem. You understand me? Because I when now, me do it. I see the comments there. Me say, alright, them type in Jamaica Reggae boys. I'm watch a man video. I'm here man talk about, yeah man, the English rejects them man.
but
Why we hype up them man son, Ray. Two youth attack
Jerry, and
and
that is why every time I call you, that's why every time I call, it's not even overdo it. It's not even overdoing it. I really have to commend you
yeah
because
man, yeah
there,
man.
there has been so much. I mean, like you said, you convert a lot of them
Yeah, man, I'm
because
a stand up in my
there's
conviction. Me
something
stand up in my conviction. Them
there's
could have get
something,
rid of
Jerry.
me, but them couldn't get rid of me because me stand up and I tell people, say, listen to me, man, who know overseas if you don't have no pitney. Them man don't want to no pitney for play for Jamaica. So no be fooled. I true me start tell people that so the people from foreign need start to convert to me. You understand me? And that
It's
saved
the
me.
same thing.
Because they better try to get rid of me, man.
It's the
But
same thing
that
in
saved
my
me.
It's the same thing in my case, because the caller that called earlier on, from listening to him, what I'm getting from it is that he is born in the United States, but as you can see, he's Jamaican. The man is Jamaican. Because what I understood is that he said his parents, came to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, came to the U.S. and they, so it sound like he was born there. But this man is full blown Jamaican, and this man call and you can hear the passion that this man has for Jamaica. Now here I am also. I'm not living in Jamaica right now. I'm living in Puerto Rico, and I'm planning on having kids. Now I have my kids over here. I was born and raised in Jamaica all my life, and I have my kids over here. And I raised them in the Jamaican ways, and they want to represent Jamaica. They feel fully Jamaican and everything, and they want to represent Jamaica. And some people go tell me, say, "Boy, my picking them on a Jamaican, and they can't go represent Jamaica." Jenny, there's something that we have as a Jamaican fan have been rejecting for years, and the big problem is that, and here's what happened: we have a diaspora, Jay. Jamaica has a diaspora. And if we have been utilizing our diaspora over the past years that we have been rejecting them, Jamaica would have been bigger than Mexico, would have been bigger than the US, would have been
Let we not say
biggest
Jamaica would be
thing.
bigger than Mexico. Yeah, let we say we would have been challenging in all levels because remember Mexico not gonna stop and say let me lay down let Jamaica walk past me. Mexico I play football every day. Every night, but Jamaica would have been in a better position, and maybe Jamaica would have been a better country overall in terms of the crime and violence. Because I think we'd have qualified for way more things, and after qualifying for way more things, it brings so much money to the country. You would have more football fields, more facilities, and more people
Exactly.
more interested in things. So that would have drawn more kids off the street. So football could have been no, Jamaica could have been in a better position, even if it's 1% via football route, if we had took up these guys in arms from earlier. That's how I would put
Yeah,
it.
man.
Still, that's how I would put it.
Yeah, man, definitely. And all right. So the thing is now, just to continue the point is that because I learned about the Jamaican diaspora when I I left Jamaica and I went to the US for the first time, and I was in university, and I was struggling in university while I was in the US, and then I met the president for the diaspora. That was in where was that again? That was in I think it was in New York thereabout. And he brought me to one of the meet. He brought me to one of the meeting, and that's when I started learning about the Jamaican diaspora. And I learned that these people are pumping in so much money into Jamaica for the development of Jamaica. But that is just one aspect of it. I'm I'm referring because we are using the diaspora in a lot of things when it comes to finances. But when I refer to using the diaspora, I'm also referring to using the talents that we have, accessible to in the Jamaican diaspora, because we can't just rely on the money with the people in Jamaica. These people also have kids who are willing to represent Jamaica with their talents and so on. And our
Mm-hmm.
diaspora is big because Jamaicans are not just the people who are born on the island and speak patois perfect and eat ackee and saltfish and fried dumpling every day.
Yeah.
Jamaicans are people who the blood of the of the Jamaican heritage, the Jamaican people is running through their vein, and they love Jamaica, you know. And so what happens is that we have all these people around, and in the time of Tapa and before, we had this big challenge, this big problem as to whether or not we should be using these people and taking pride of them playing for our country. And
Yeah.
I was wondering, like what the hell are we thinking? Like, look at all these other bigger countries than us who are using their diaspora, who are using people who
Yeah,
were
but but
born in the
but
country
Carla,
that have
Carla,
talent.
Carla. Remember, this is something that we're talking about the longest time, but it look like at first you get the time, you try chance to express yourself. Cause me almost have a chop you off, because me I say at 2 hours you have, and more make sure you take the rest of them. But finish up your point, big boss. Me just make sure you know. But me I tell you say this is something from a long time. I think we have made a good step past it, because now you don't see anybody. Only 2 or 3 persons in the country would talk about Jamaican rejects, and those are 2 persons that own
Yeah, man.
and in
I think
you know them,
I think
the
as
half of
behind
you
us.
man and them people, some of the coaches them in Jamaica, them alone will talk about it, and but everybody else that it will cost them financially, I think I have made a
Yeah,
stamp there. So we have done a lot, and I can tell you the Imaxit family have done a lot, not just me, because it's the power of the people behind me. Make that happen. You get me? We have done a lot by stamping out these things, and that I think really helped the JFF back to start bringing these people, because they saw the financial benefits of getting the
yeah, exactly.
diaspora behind them. You get me? So everything works in the end. All right, yeah, man. So finish up your point, bossy.
No,
So
man.
we can just get
And
the rest of the comments.
that, that was the main thing. And then as a result of everything, JD, that you have done, and the point, and the fact that we have, been enlightening, the people over the past years. We have something now where Hal Grips, is transforming Jamaica now and using the players in our diaspora. And we find that people are not having any problem with it now, and people are supporting it. And so I think that actually paves the way now for us to have a successful football, and to become a successful football nation. So what I want to do now is wait for the next 4 years and see, where Hal Grips is going to lead us, because I think we're on a good path. So once again, JD, keep up the good work, and just keep moving forward, man. Let's up yourself.
All right, take care. Yeah. All right. All right. So people they were asking what we were talking about. We were talking about some of the under 20s them and how they're doing. The title told you Owen what we were talking about. The title told you. Simple. All right. So sometimes we don't go off the title. Owen, our shows are very much organized. So how you come in and ask what we are talking about, Owen? You should have known what we were talking about. So Ximinies, Rochester, and Zia and Scarlett. We made sure we took our time to get that out, because obviously these guys don't get the coverage for what they're doing, and they're doing very good. All right. So good afternoon, Carla. How are you doing?
All right, good morning from my side, JD.
Morning. Okay, your morning. Afternoon. Almost
Christopher,
5 o'clock over here.
over
Yeah.
there. Yeah, so respect still, isn't it?
Yeah.
So with that phrase that the English rejects or whatever it is, I disagree with it, but I somehow understand it. You know what I say?
You
Yeah,
somehow
yeah.
understand it?
Yeah, I somehow understand it, because the reason why a lot of people see it, that because if you give those players the option, right? If England approach them or America approach them or whatever country they're listed in, approach them at the same time when Jamaica approach them, who you think them would have choose?
Yeah, but why that matter? So why you have to give
No,
somebody a
no,
name? Like I don't know why we have to come out and say I don't know why it matters. Why we
no,
have
no.
to
That's what
say
I said. I said I disagree. That's
n-
what I said. I disagree with the fears, but I understand why. Because it's
n-
just like this, right? Just for instance, two girl, right? We can't hear.
no, no man, I am not talking. I'm just giving you the floor to talk.
Uh-oh.
Then I respond.
Yeah, no, man. I said, all right. If you have two girl and you go and them come to you and say, yeah, which one you like? You go to the one who you like better, right? Because you have the two options. So the reason why a lot of people consider them rejects is because if England approach them and Jamaica approach them, most of them, we can guarantee most of them are going to pick England over Jamaica.
Yeah, but I just don't. I think that's where context comes in because I've listened to
Yeah,
how they used it, and it has nothing
yeah.
to do with
No,
that. It has
no,
self hatred at its base. Because in your
fully
heart,
understand.
you think that the players are already better than you, so why them come and stop your opportunities? So when them English rejects are go, that are the phrase them, that are the context they used it in at all times. They just
No,
find ways to polish that context. You get me? Because they are
minister,
deceptive, so they find better ways to come out with it. But Carvel and those guys, they don't care. That's the way
yeah,
you use
but me
it.
not see
Yeah.
it that way. I don't see it that way. When me hear them say, may I take it as, oh, you only come because the other part don't want it.
Okay.
You get me?
So
Not the fact that, oh, you better that way.
all right, so look at this now. Look at this now.
Yeah.
These youth 18s kids now. Splat. England no want him, but them still a say English
No,
rejects. So why them a say English rejects when the man them literally a turned down England for come here just to see him? So what would be your excuse there? What you're making because it's an excuse you're making for them, to say that that's what you
no, no,
perceive,
no, no, no. I'm not looking excuse for them. What I'm saying is I understand why they say it, but I disagree with it.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
So
I'm
yeah,
telling
that's
you.
what I disagree with. I
No, go
disagree
ahead,
with
go
their
ahead, go
statement,
ahead,
but
go
I
ahead.
but I understand it. Yeah,
But
but another thing I want to talk about is like Maggie, are one of my favorite kids. When
mm-hmm.
I watch playing, cause I haven't seen him play since him leave JC, but like me watching him from America. I love him style of play, right? And to me, it's like him style of play someone like Hazard from when Hazard used to there at Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
where him come box to box and turn the ball. Jamaica style of ball game don't fit him because him play a lot of long balls and him have a comfortable control the turn, take on a man, pass it. And him have good vision in my opinion. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but I think him have good vision.
Yeah, man. I've always said, Maggie, he has good vision, but remember, it's a lot of things play football in a big boss.
Yes.
You know, so we can't just say to him have good vision, him have good legs. No, that's on away in a Jamaica. No. He has to be strong. Let me use that because so see somehow no, I know honesty, so
No.
not you. Remember saying
All good,
140
all
people
good.
there listen, and they just want a moment like that, for jump out and why? Yeah, that's how they are. I'm telling you. All right, yes. So I'm very sorry I made
All
the
good.
wrong word.
All good and why thing. But like yeah, so Maggie is like if you put Maggie in the right system, but it's why. That's
Jesus God. Hey, Carla, finish your point. I am not
yeah,
even
man.
saying
Yeah,
anything
I finished
more.
it right now. I finished it right now. Yeah, so I feel like if Maggie going on the right system, it will excel, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's why we are looking at people. You don't know what? Stop spinning the story. The caller said something, and I was trying to add some more value to it. I said the wrong word, and you guys just waiting on something like that because that's what you come here every day for, just to find a way to fight with me. So I will avoid that. All right? Jesus
All right.
Christ. No, stop. So before you go, Carla, where you think is the best location for this man? All right? Yes, because I'm
No,
not saying anything more.
like you said, I think if you must forget anywhere, if a USL, if a MLS, just go there, perform, and you get to the next level. But you can't sit down and not play because if you're not playing and not getting time, you can't expect to get called up.
Okay. So anywhere he can get some game, he needs to go there,
Anyway, you
basically.
can't get minutes.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All right.
All right. Yeah,
Respect to everyone and respect to you,
yeah,
Jay.
man. Respect, man. And be bossy. Once you call him, just tell me where you tell me, man. If me disagree. Me not have no against it. Just a conversation we have.
No, but
Yeah, man.
that's the risk everybody have for the show because you allow people to talk. Now,
Yeah, man.
once you time I agree with everything we say. I just the Maggie thing when I too agree with.
Yeah, man, we not a problem. You educate us
Oh,
from your side, but me nah say not more Maggie because you come and mash up my chat. Man, I talk about legs and all sort of things, and I was talking about football and football education, you know, and legs get involved now. Jesus God, them people here.
bless up.
Alright, I tell
Bless
you.
it.
That's why I can't take the calls them, you know, man. Once I take the calls them, my show mash up. My goodness. People, I never meant it that way. Listen to the context of the conversation. Alright? I never talk about no man nice strong legs or nothing. You get me? Listen to what I've said. Alright? That's all I'm gonna tell you now. Good afternoon, Carla. How are you doing? Jesus Christ.
But JD, the man that them understand why them a call people them reject one though. When we that call right and Rhyme Sterling we born a Jamaican choose to play for England. You know what's a Jamaican rate Sterling more than anybody else, brother? And that is I'm gonna born in a Jamaican to play for England. So that's something where you talk about you understand why man I reject man, brother. Them think they are joke JD man.
No, he said he understood why they used it, but when I explained to him the context that I got it in, it's nothing of nothing good at no time. Them not mean what them not mean what him I think them mean because me I listen to them and I have reached out to them and with the retaliation that they gave me, they mean what they mean. You understand me? It's a hatred more than anything else. And now that I've gotten rid of, so now we are in a more stronger bond going forward. You know? Yeah. So what say you? Tariq Maggie, Ximinies, Zian Scarlett, Lamont Rochester, all of them doing things in a different way. So which one of them points you want to chop up? Because I'm done with the chat, you know. I'm done with the chat. I'm not even looking in the chat right now.
Well, to be honest, JD, if Ximinies can make it, in my opinion, like that you the from start can make it, and if I'm start a Malachi Douglas can make it because Ximinies never look better than them in a Malin Cup to me.
Okay, so based on that,
So,
you're saying that if you took Ximini's success and equate it to others, you would realize that Jamaica has talents, but just maybe not got an opportunity.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's a motivation, you know. But I would say sometimes still maybe in the environment that the player was actually playing, it was just not good enough for him, and maybe he turned on the style. So maybe he was better than what we first saw, you know. So you know,
Right,
yeah.
right.
But I think
Yeah,
it's a valid thing, valid point you came off from. Still, I do believe that's a valid standpoint you came off from, though.
yeah, but as I said, there's Scarlett, one very good player because he scored a good goal for we in the under 20 and him still I think he's about 18 now, so
Yeah,
him have
man, Zian
yet on his
Scarlett,
side.
18.
Yeah, him have yet on his side. But as I said, still if we just two of them can see, and then as far as Tyreke, man, I don't him good with the ball and foot, but in defense and him off the ball movement is poor. So I don't know, and him at 24, I'm about 24 now.
Yeah, he should be going to 24 now. All right. Yeah.
We have to be realistic. It's hard for him to change at that age, but you know, we can't give up on him. Hopefully, he can find a league where he can get more playing time and just get better, you know?
Yeah. Rochester, he signs for Chicago Fires, FC2. All right, so it's just
Yeah.
like Scarlett, but Scarlett contract is a little bit. Scarlett would have been a little bit down, maybe closer to the first team than him, because he was there a long time. You know? Yeah.
But Jed, you know more I know how him get this sign out during the season. Like the window not open for them sign.
No, he was not playing for Cavaliers. He was in college. So that's what we're saying. People
Oh,
bet on themselves. That's why we started the conversation. Say people bet on themselves as well, you know, and it paid off. And what they talked about him is everything that I keep telling people about. Your level to adapt, communication skills.
but JD, me check say when them sign player from college in America, them do it through draft. Me never knew you could have just take them out of college.
That's why him signed for the MLS Pro first. If it was an actual MLS full contract, that would have been different. But he could come through the MLS Next Pro and then deliver and then get called up straight into the team. You know, it's just the next way. It's just the next way. And then now you have to look at your roster to see how much placements you have, because I don't think he's going to be a youth development player maybe until the next year or so. Yes. So you can't put him on certain part of your squad. You know, MLS have a lot of tied-in placements and how they work it. They are dodgy. So we have to go deep into it to see how you would have signed for the main team. You know, but we're gonna work on that the next day.
But technically, he's not coming from Cavalier. He's coming from college.
Yes, he's coming from college. Yes, yes.
Okay.
But his body of work led him to that side, and they gave him countless opportunity. And because of the man ability to communicate and adapt, that's the two things they talked about. They never talked about his raving skill set. You get me? So we have to tell the people themselves to educate themselves as best as possible. You get me? If you have to go through the route of college, always do it, because remember you're not going to play with Jamaicans. You're going to play with other people who can't understand you. So, you have to make them understand. You have to figure ways of communication. You understand me? So, see, when we just say that we just try to say from two people from day one, you know, and both of these mans that left from Jamaica, this is what people raved about them.
Yeah.
You know, so we cannot.
You know, all American sports, you know, put a lot of emphasis on communication, because I've never come across an American player in any sports were so illiterate in our interview.
So we have to congratulate these youths. They are setting the standards, and we have to give them respect, because it's not them, you know. People are giving you feedback on them, you know, so that is good, you know. You understand me? So people tell you what they are good at, you know. So and they like that, because remember so you see, I think Rochester and those guys used what Jamaica is good about, which is the fire in Jamaicans' belly, but because they have the communication ability, they use it to be more of a team player, like a person to G up other people. That's what I read, you know, from the statement, you know. Like he's the fire in the room, you know. So they like that about him. So you can communicate what you're actually thinking. So what is good for Jamaica get even better because you have the communication ability. Yes. So I love that, man. I love that for the kid, and I hope he gets an opportunity, you know.
Right. Where's that statement, JD?
The statement was here. The statement was here on the Chicago Fires 2. All right. Yeah, we have it on the page now. All right. We can go back over it if you want. We can read it over, because people just join in the show. Yeah.
No, I'm go. No, enough of that. Me go up on the website and check it out.
Yeah, man. Good guy, man. We have to give people credit when they are doing something, you know. We have to give him some credit. So that is a good move for him. I look at it equally as important than any other European move, just the same, because these players are all tied up in education. And what I love about the American side, they make you educated, so if you fail, you have something to drop back on. More than majority of the other big places them. Because England, I don't think England monetize so much, because England passed the educational part and gone into monetary part. And that is my biggest problem. America still pride themselves on education. Netherlands still pride themselves on education. Belgium still pride themselves on education. Because if you don't have certain things in it, you can't play a Netherlands team, you know. You get me?
Yeah.
Yes, you cannot play. You cannot play. Yeah, so that is always good to push people to not just want football, but you have to be. That's how you have them so articulative in various languages and stuff. Mainly the ones that born in Belgium. So if a Ximinies comes in, they can talk proper English to him. You understand me? Because they force them to make sure you have certain things before you're gonna get certain things. You get me? And that is always good, man. So hopefully the MLS continues with that. And America and continue with that, and at least the what you call it, the academies, you know. Yes, and that's why I wanted more academies in Jamaica connected to the clubs them, so you could enforce certain rules.
Right.
Rather they
But
have
you know,
freelancers that has their own behaviors and mold the kids them in their fashions.
right. So, all right, JD, man, go check out the article
Yeah, man,
and
check it
if
out.
anything,
Yeah.
I respect.
All right, yeah, man, respect. So, yeah, let me go through it. Yeah, so those are the three individuals. Let me go through the chat now, and then we can wrap up the stream. Yeah, man. Lord God, yo, the man. All right, so through a bad man, Jermaine Miller call, me cannot say me a wrap up no stream. Me have to take the call, and then me go back to the chat. So, Jermaine Miller, how you doing, man? I think this should be on your
God have
proudest day.
mercy.
You see
Yeah,
the
the man I
topic? You
call
see
me
the
name,
topic?
man.
No, no, everybody know you're
Yeah,
a bad man around the place, so.
the man I call me name, man.
Alright, sorry
Lord
about
have
that. So how you
mercy.
doing? How you doing? Long time don't hear from you.
I'm good, man. No, I'm good. I'm always comment, but I've been, what I mean, I've been just so busy, but I've been, I always watch, you know. As the caller said a while ago, you give people a chance to express some opinions, even though sometimes,
No, me and you always a war for nothing. A lie
we
you tell
actually
for me,
butt
Jermaine.
head.
So don't come back. Don't bother with that. Lie you tell. Continue, Jermaine. Lie you tell. You want to come bash me again? Every day the man find a way for war with me. Jermaine, today a Christian day. Me
Yeah,
come from the
Christian
same
Day.
place. Me and him come from
Jenny,
jungle, you
every
know.
day is supposed to be Christian Day, Jenny.
Me and him come from jungle, you people. And every day this man war with me, you know. When him should have just protect
Look,
me
man,
because me and
we
him
don't
come from the
call for
same
war,
place.
man.
Yes, me and him come from the
We just
same
call
place.
for reason, man.
All right,
We
all
just
right.
call for reason. But look, on a serious reason, and I ask you a few questions, and this is where I see, and I'm just asking because when I come here to learn. You understand? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not here to, and I listen to some guys on your channel, a lot of them have, have a lot of, what you call it, knowledge. I heard you talking about reading something from Chicago. What was that?
Oh no, man,
I,
that was just a
I
statement
missed that.
that they put out for the players because obviously remember they have fans, and their fans would always
Mm,
want to get closer to the player. So in order to know the player, they have to give you a quick summary of the player and what they are doing at this point. You get me? Yes. So they just gave him a quick
okay.
summary of what he did back in his career, and how important he is to the team now. So that was basically what we were talking on.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, so here's my question now to you. So over the years, we have quite a number of players that went to England, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they all did good. Some came back, right? I'm gonna talk about the successful ones and the ones that were not so successful, right? Ricardo Gardner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ricardo Fuller. He climbed up the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm talking left Jamaica, right? And the good in England itself, right? I remember when Whitmore went over and Ian Goodison, right? They have a long spell over there. Even though they were playing down, you know, second tier, right? They
Mm-hmm.
still did, they still stay a portion of time. Omar Daly, he was a stellar for his team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bradford, right? And then after that, Jermaine Johnson, even though he actually went to Bolton and played one game, he never succeeded, but he was a star for Wonder. He was a star for Sheffield Wednesday, right? He stayed there for many years, and he was the star. Other players after that did not fare so well. I'm gonna name a couple of them. Luton Shelton, he did one season. Um, God damn, it's big.
Walter Boyd.
Stupid.
Walter
Now,
Boyd as well.
I'm gonna get to him. Yeah,
Okay.
Walter Boyd too, right? But he went long before them. Onandilo was doing good too, right? But I'm getting to the ones that this started to happen afterwards. The players that start to went after these guys. Um, Kemar Daly, he went to Preston,
Yeah,
right?
Kemar Daly as well.
Yes. God damn. Dean Richards. Is it on Dean Richards? He went to
I don't know Ian Richards. I know Kemar Daly
Forest.
though.
Dean Richards went to Forest, right? Stu Peace was over there. Luton Shelton went over there. God damn, Stu Peace. What a tall defender what we have, man. He played for But anyway, these guys, like this is the 2010 after between 29 and 2013, our players start to decline, right? and the players just not getting no more call to England.
Claude Davis, he
What
said.
do you think the decline went? What do
Um,
you think was it?
football. You have to understand what took place in England. England, over the years, England kept getting more money. Right. So the
Hmm.
football had to become more attractive for people to sell it. So the coaches start to improve. Football style started to improve, and most of the Jamaicans inside Jamaica, the football never improved. So a lot of us get left behind. You understand me? So that's why it stopped. It stopped because we never evolved with football from where we brought those guys out of,
Oh
and
my
England
God,
kept
JD, you
evolving.
said the right thing.
Keep
I
England
hate to
kept
cut you off.
evolving. But remember,
Like,
now you have Pep Guardiola and Klopp on the Monday. Now you have Vincent Company in the championship. I play
yes,
different style of football. Normally the championship a world class kicking with the ball. Now a pass man a pass tiki taka ball in the championship
yeah,
and League One. You understand me?
exactly
So
what you said,
football
JD.
has evolved
You right
because of
on.
the rights, the monetary rights on the clock. And money are getting the leagues
No,
are getting
you're
more
right.
money.
No, you said something a while ago, the style of play and get left behind and so forth, so forth. You're right. That's exactly what happened, right? Oh, the guy I was talking about, I just remember in name,
Stuart.
um, Claude
Claude,
Davis.
no, Claude Davis. Yeah,
Remember
Claude Davis. Yes.
Claude Davis play one season and just never make it, right? No, I'm just saying, right? So the system now, where do you think that we at right now? In the last 4 years that we actually realized that we are failing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now we start to send some players back in Europe, right? I don't think the um what you call it American second tier is doing good. Is doing what you call it,
The
is doing
USL.
our players any service,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But going to Europe, right? Going to Europe, I think I'm not quite sure. Right? I'm not quite sure because when I say go to Europe, right, it doesn't have to be England, it doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
all them big countries, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have players going to other small countries, and not because a man come back. I heard some argument about um taxi. He didn't make it. Damian Lowe was over there and didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, when these guys talk, it was the environment that they were in. It just wasn't.
But it comes the
I
Jeremy
mean,
that comes down to adaptability just the same. So these younger kids have the adaptability in them, but the older guys never had it. And that comes down to maybe overall how long you spend some places and you never really got the development that you needed mentally and stuff. So it have a lot to do with it still, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I just wanted to say, Jamaica football try to get back on a track, right? Because I was watching Panama and Costa Rica game the other night. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you watch it.
Yeah, man, I've watched it, man. Yeah.
Panama was all over them, but one thing I noticed with Costa Rica, Costa Rica would get just one chance and score, and I thought that because it happened all the time, and I figured that this was but anyway, you know, Panama win, right? But it shows you that the style that they are playing, we have got to improve a lot. We have got to step up. And this is my final question, and then I'm gonna let you answer. I'm gonna listen. Um, Boza, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's leading the line, right? Him and Leon Bailey, right? They're leading on the line. And I think you as a coach, right, have to look and say, okay, these guys have their strengths and their weaknesses. But you cannot, this is my opinion. If you want to win a game, these guys are not say, 100, you know, percent. I'm give it to you. What do you say about that?
Bailey and Boza, Bailey and Boza, they
Yes.
are two different players. Boza, wing forward slash striker. Clearly, he's learning in Russia to improve himself as a striker, and because he put in a good shift. Obviously, not scoring any goal, but based on the way they set it on the team, definitely he did exactly what he needed to do because I knew that they weren't saying that um um I knew that they weren't saying that he should go out there and score goals. based on the position and the runs that he had to make. He was always a supplier towards the goals. Them any goal he's gonna score was on top of someone else hold the ball or a set play. But all of his runs were always to support someone to draw them up the pitch. So his runs were different. Leon Bailey, I thought that's the same instruction given to him, but it's just at that time, it's just a process thing, you know. It was not the best showing from Leon Bailey. There, if he had done better with Bowser doing his shift, Bowser's work would have been easier. You get me? And Jamaica would have been better. So it's just it's just a work in process, progress right now. A work in progress, to be honest.
But this is what I asked you, right? Bowser in the air, his strength, his work rate, you can't deny that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny that. Okay, so what you saying to me now that he's not, but I know he's not a natural forward, but I thought that he was a forward.
And
You
he's
say
not a
he's not a
natural
forward?
striker. He's not a natural striker. Going into Europe. Into Europe, he start playing to wing forward at shallow right side. But remember, a different level football requires different, because in Belgium, maybe the strength that you need to hold up plays, it's not the same as England. So that's why maybe you turn out to be fleet-footed, so you can toe between the lines, which is the wing forward and the striker position. But in England, you have to be much more stronger to hold up and play strong. That's why you see Calvert, Lewan, Golski, them. They are big and strong. Mikel
Mm-hmm.
Antonio, they are some powerhouse type of players. Look at
Yes,
look
yes.
at smaller players now. Go to smaller players. Look at Danny Ings, them that plays striker role. Look at Aguero. Look how big Aguero calf them is. You understand me? Look at Tevez them. When they were playing striker roles, the power coming from the players them are different. So with more power, you have less stamina. You get me? And more drag back. So it's not good for it to be big and thick. Obviously, people will talk about Chayori. Chayori don't have that level of stamina as what we truly think he has. All right? Yes. So we
Man,
might
leave the man alone, man. The man.
we might think say he's big and strong, and you guys think that okay, he's so stamina. I'm not gonna say that part because people are gonna say why. So let me not say
God
that.
have mercy.
Let me not say that part. But believe me, when you're big, you're bigger. Yeah, it takes more oxygen. All right. Yes. Listen to me. I'm not gonna talk about no legs again. I would. I'm not gonna say it.
Listen, man, we come here, we attack
No,
football,
we're
you
talking. No,
understand?
you
But, you
believe me,
know,
German. You can't get away from them. They just want to hear something.
that's
To,
true. And then them just, overspread it and
Mhm.
overspread it and overspread it.
So
You know,
so
but
so no, I was answering a
I just,
question. So that's
yeah.
why no Shamar in a different league it might require a little bit more development and being stronger all over
Mhm.
your body. So I'm not gonna say nothing all over your body. Being stronger all over your body makes you more suited to. So I can't even talk football anymore because these people in the comment section. But being stronger makes you better in the striker role. So let me just done there, But done. I'm not
You
even
know what,
answer
though?
anything. These
I said that was
commenters,
my last question.
yeah.
If you were supposed to pick a team right now, who would you have as your two front man? Who would you
I
have as
wouldn't
your
have
two
two.
forward?
I wouldn't have two front men. All right, I wouldn't. All right. Yes, I would have used only one in the team. All right, because these people
Who would
there.
you use as your main
Uh,
striker then?
I think I would still use Mikel Antonio if he's available, but use Shamar as the left wing forward, and then decide if I want to use Bailey, Bobby Reed, or Jamal Lowe as and I think I would put Bobby Reed in the attacking midfielder role and use Jamal Lowe or Bailey out on the next side. You get me?
Okay, okay. All right, the boss man. Just go and do your thing, You come off and go and listen.
All right, respect. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, respect, man. Cool.
yeah. All right, so let me go to the comment section. All right, so massive respect, sporting dad, that's Richie's channel. Go over there and support him. Jason says, Jason Ferran, Jason Guna, I disagree with the caller, but I also understand, the example that he's trying to use. Okay, all right. Yes, people, in a style, we look how long we there, 157 likes. We have not moved to 200 as yet. Sporting Dad said, hence my other children that have international passport can't play for Jamaica. Okay, okay, all right. Even in our own job career, we try to have options to see the pros and cons to see which will be more beneficial. Yeah, yeah, beneficial. Yeah. All right, all right. Let me move that YZ part. Yes, because that took up a lot of the conversation. All right, let me go straight here. All right. Right. The US has three third tier leagues, NISA, Next Pro, and USL League One. They need to work that out. Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. JD, you need to work on your vocabulary. Okay, but I have not seen you wrote something properly in the chat for me to say otherwise about you, Mr. Omzo. You need to work on a language. That's what you need to work on. JD, legs. And no, I've not said that. I've said Traore is big and strong, but because the man was actually asking me a question and how you would have played the players. And I'm saying the reason why Shamar might do well, might not do well in England and do well in Belgium is based on how we have the setup of the leagues, the strength of the leagues. All right, yeah, man. So that leg thing, I don't know why you guys catch me there. And it was you see, you guys beat the host more than the callers because it was the caller brought it out. You get me? It's not me. All right? Yes. So 30 more likes to 200 people. Massive respect. We're gonna go to 50 more minutes. So send in your questions. We shut off the call-in line now. We shut off the calling line. We have talked about all what we wanted to talk about, but obviously we know a Friday, so I've given you 15 more minutes so let we get up the 30 likes on the video and then we move on. This is the only video for today. I am still running short on a few things that I had to do, but because I was busy throughout the day. All right, yeah, man. Here, JD, to the caller. I have not said that. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. All right. Yes. Omzo, I am still waiting for you to construct a sentence in French here. All right. Yes. In the chat. You could Google it, do it, whatever you want. I am not even going to be sure if it's going to be correct. But what I'm going to do is literally go there, show it to my wife, and then she will translate it for me and see if a foolishness you wrote. All right. How does your head fit in that shirt? Joke here give JD Bowser can play in any league in the world. People, I've just put up Balaker statement. Pull back the video for 10 minutes. What anybody said about that? What Balaker you hear what I've said? My goodness. My Jesus God. Balaker, you're at work. Are you having 1 year plug or something? Good Lord. People. Boy, oh boy. Let we not even answer Balaker because I don't even know what he's talking about or who said about who can't play in no league and what league. Oh my God. Balaker, something is wrong with you on the Friday. All right, hope all is well with you and the family. But stop telling lie away, my brother. All right, because nobody had said nothing like that. All right, I think you have not listened to one thing that anybody had said here, because you're just lying out of your teeth. All right, but just hear about you talk about England, brother. Oh God, so you brother Kerr, we had said nothing but about Shamar. We talked about how you have to design the players to fit in the leagues. So the lean body, Jesus, God, Balaker, let me go down that. I never. Balakar, leave me alone. Leave me alone, Balakar. I am not going to get beaten of using any words where people are going to tell me why Z here. No. I've explained myself already. Alright? I've explained myself. Balakar, pull back the damn video and you will hear what I've said. Alright? Because you're going to set me up in the chat. Because I've not said anything that Balakar said I said. You get me? Yes, bless myself, Issa Allen. Thanks very much for being here. Yeah, man, Balakar, nothing what you have said, I've said. Nothing at all. I was describing players. And then now, I've almost said something wrong again. I've almost said something wrong against a Balakar. Listen well. I've not said anything bad about no baller. I just explained something what they call. I explained why the player may not play the striker role as before. You know? Yeah. Adel Oibi Manjedi in an era where the classic player, the playmaker number 10 was being played out of football. Jamaican coaches developed a player who is one-footed and has poor off the ball movement. Okay, so you're saying that's why Maggie got stuck behind. Yeah, that is fair. That is definitely fair. Adel Vincent, that is definitely fair. And others said the same as well. Yeah. That's why I don't like to do lives anymore, you know, because I realize that's how people start fighting, you know, because Balakar hear nothing what I've said here. He said he just heard me talk about England, not knowing that I was... But my God, man, Balakar nearly led me down the wrong road, you know? Almost led me down the wrong road, man. You know? Can't believe it. Yeah, man. So, people, we have come to the end, you know. Another fantastic one. We still made it entertaining at the same time as informative. Yeah. So, yeah. So, let me just finish it right here. So, this is the end of the show, and this is the end for the day. So, this is the only content you're going to get today because I will be busy because I'm running late on something. So, I have to fulfill that one, you know. No, but I've never said nothing at Balakar, nothing. What you said, I've said nothing at all. All right, I've never even went in that direction where the player could play or whatever. I'm just trying to talk about you have to structure your body in order to play in certain positions. That's all. All right. So I've said it, and I'm done. Peace out. I am done. Peace out. Take care, people.